Hey, we're going to walk through a side hustle that's easy to do that uses some top AI tools for passive income. And we're going to go into it, but all you have to do is smash that like button, hit subscribe, comment, checklist. We're going to give you this full blueprint of all the software, all the frequently asked questions, including some powerful prompts, everything you need, and including an extended trial, 30-day trial on the AI software called HighLevel. And it's going to be an extensive step-by-step. You don't need the tech skills. You don't need marketing skills. I teach everything for beginners to start, and I've taught over 400 students how to start their own marketing company. So if you want to start a digital marketing company, because that's what's powerful in marketing, you go on Shark Tank, they need marketing. They need anybody that starts something needs marketing. So if you know that one skill, you can do anything and everything. So let's dive in. So this is the system, the blueprint that we're going to walk through, and it looks like a lot, but it actually goes pretty quick. So we're going to run through this, and I'm just going to tell you, reiterate on this, that there is no startup costs here. This is not crypto, this is not dropship, this is not Amazon. You can start this today with no money, with the 30-day free trial on the software. Start scaling the business, start making money right away, get your first monies, your revenues in, and I'm going to show you every step, how to get the clients, every single step that we're going to walk through here. So the ways that we make money here is we can do three different ways here. We can do a commission-based revenue, similar to selling Amazon stuff or selling a service to a business, and they pay you a commission on each customer you bring. But let me just tell you that that does not work. I've got almost 20 years experience in marketing, and you always get screwed on this. So there's no way to prove that they got the client, and that you can show them that that client came through your form and whatever else, but they'll say, well, we knew that person before that, or something like that. So those commission-based businesses do not work. The other one is to create and sell products, like on Shopify or something like that. And we know how those work. They're over saturated, and they can work, but they're long term, and they require a lot of investment, a lot of ad spend, and things that you don't see coming. So one of the things that we see is that creates the biggest profits is the business to business model. So there's two models here. There's a business to business and a business to consumer. So a consumer, a B2C, would be something like selling a product to a customer. So you're a business selling to that consumer. So again, that's like a product or something like that. What we find is with a B2B, a business to business, so your business, your marketing business to their business is the easiest sell, the easiest way to get customers, and the easiest business model that we see right now. So and what we say with that is it's easy to sell because they already have a contact list. We worked with auto dealers and different companies, massage therapists that already have customers that came in. And maybe it's a discombobulated spreadsheet, but you can get a VA, just go on Fiverr.com or something like that, have the VA formulate that into a spreadsheet that's workable that you can just download into the software that we have for you, and then you can start marketing to those individuals. So there's three different things here. There's the automated review generation. There's the services to automate and to replicate, to make sure it makes money for them. So these are really the two models that we look at, the Google profile, Google Maps. These will increase calls to that business. And what I mean by that, let me just show you real quick. So the Google Maps profile, to get into this area right here, and a lot of businesses will tell you, I want to be one of these guys in the spot. And sometimes this will be what they say a sponsored spot, but that's basically a paid spot there. But this guy is not paying to be there. He's probably paying a marketing company to optimize his listing and get him in that spot. And then maybe on mobile aspect, he's got some other things where you can book an appointment or whatever else there. And sometimes you'll see that they don't even have a website. But you click on more businesses here and you can see that there's just unlimited numbers of contacts to go after. And we're going to get more into that after we talk about these other options here. So we can increase their calls by getting them in that top spot there. The other service that we can also do is an automated review generation system. So it's an automatic review every time a customer, let's just say that roofing company goes out and they get done with the job, instead of the business guys saying, hey, can you leave us a review on Google? Let's automate this system, because they forget to tell that person. The person forgets to do that review. But what if you could automate that the minute they leave that job site, and it helps improve their Google ranking? Because once you build that social proof on Google, that's going to help you get into these top spots here. So you're going to get into those top spots, and I guarantee you Music City Roofers has an automated system in place, and that's why they're commanding that top spot there. So the other option too is to do a customer reactivation. Now this is probably the easiest that you could implement right away with the lowest cost, the lowest work, because all you're doing is taking their contact list. Let's say it's a massage therapist. You just offer a 10% discount on their next massage, and you set up a booking deal, and then that client comes in with that promo code or whatever they booked on, and it proves to that client that you just booked this. But we're going to go in more detail on how you would prove that you brought that client in. But they're going to know if you're the only one offering that discount right now on a re-engagement, then they're going to know right away. So we do that through email, text campaigns with SMS. There's zero ad spend required, and it goes really quickly. So not only can we do that, we can go after, let me just move up here. We can go after these reviews, and we can also do the same thing. So if there's customers that never left that business reviews, we can do a reactivation campaign with text and email. That's super, super simple, just a few clicks to set up, and reactivate those customers to get a review. The other, which is my favorite, and probably the biggest thing this year, is AI employee implementation. Anything with AI is killer right now. So whenever you even mention AI to a business, they're going to be like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. And it sounds complicated, but it's a simple setup, and we're going to show you step by step on how you do that in our software here. So a simple AI is probably the biggest moneymaker. Those are your high ticket recurring monthly incomes up to $2,000 a month. So it doesn't take a lot of clients to make $10,000 recurring every single month, because we talked about $100,000 a year. Well, 10 clients or 5 clients recurring every single month on $2,000 retainer is ultimately $100,000. But let me just say that you're going to make more than that, because if you implement these steps and you upsell these different services and gain confidence in them, they're going to want a website, they're going to want this, an upgrade to their website. So there's ways to charge additional upsells to that. So I used to manage an Applebee's, worked, trained servers, and different things like that. And we'd always try to upsell them on the menu to buy this, buy that. That was the big thing. So it's no different in marketing. You want to upsell them into something else, not just to make money in your pocket, but to stay ahead of the game and make sure that business is ahead of the game. So how do we go about finding these clients? Well, there's a few different ways here. There is some software that we can go in and scrape these leads from. We'll go in and show you one right here. This is called Outscraper. So this basically just goes in. You tell it to go into a certain area, and then basically it'll scrape for roofers, scrape for plumbers, massage therapists, and then it neatly puts these into a spreadsheet. Another tool that costs very low is actually it doesn't cost anything. It's a Chrome extension. So basically we go in here, and in this Chrome extension, it's called Instant Data Scraper. So remember the roofing company that we just searched for Nashville roofers? Well, look what it did for us. It instantly, and this took like 10 seconds. So we got a scrape of these companies with all their information, their phone number, their website, and we can download this sheet now or just copy it into a Word document, but I would recommend a CSV file. And then we have these companies. We can see the years they've been in business. Here's one 3 years. Here's one 60 plus years. So they're open all the time. It says 24 hours because of their website. But look at these 3+ years. You want to go after those newer companies that you can offer services to. Look at those companies, look at how they're doing on the reviews. But we can see right away their Google rankings right here in the sheet. So we know exactly what's going on. So those are some tools that you can use to find clients. One of my favorite and the best that I think is just going in here, looking at these companies, analyzing them, click on their website. And yes, it's a timely process to do this, but you can just go through. So it's up to you however you want to go about doing that. So that's how we find clients. And then we want to send them a value driven message. So whether it's through text, whether it's through email, which is probably the most common, or we just pick up the phone, but a lot of people are afraid to pick up the phone and call. So you can have an AI do that for you. So we find that these two messages are the most effective. Get 5 to 10 clients for free. Who doesn't want free? So there's no risk. It's a no risk opportunity. So they're not doing anything. So we have a clear value. So there's no risk. We're giving them 5 to 10 clients. So whether it's a re-engagement campaign that we talked about, whether it's 5 to 10 new reviews, whatever it is, there's no risk. So the second one is I help business grow by automating their marketing process. Now you could say the word AI automation in their marketing and offer, again, 5 to 10 free clients. If you're interested, this is how the business works. But make sure you have a clear next step on how you're going to do this for them. Because if you're confused on how you're going to do that, then that's going to confuse them. So make sure that you have something set up, and we'll talk about that towards the end here on this. So what kind of pricing are we going to price this at? That's the big question. So I recommend having a few different tiers. We've been doing this for almost 20 years, and we've always had pricing packages: a low price, a medium price, a high price, and even a high ticket price. So you want to have some different packages. So on the low ticket, it might be that you're just going to offer them reviews, maybe an AI generated website with basic automations, but it's going to be something super simple. And maybe it's their website with reviews. I get paid $300 a month just to do reviews for clients. So you don't even have to offer the website, but you want to just offer some implementations into the current website with the software that we're going to show you how to set up. And then the other option is a $500, we call this low ticket also, with a conversation AI. So it's a bot that's installed into their software. They pay $500 recurring to have that bot. The website chatbot you can implement into this also with an AI employee, or you could do one or the other. We just basically do one of these and leave it at that. And then you also offer automated AI bookings. So the conversation AI is basically something that says, hey, I understand you're interested in a massage. What days work for you? But it asks questions via text, and it goes back and forth to grab enough information. It's got rules of engagement. It has prompts to go off of. And then basically what it does, it automates the bookings. So it goes into a calendar and you automate that booking into their calendar. So if you're getting them 5 to 10 leads for free, they know that you're going to do, because from a roofing standpoint, one lead is worth $500 a month. It's worth lots more than that. So they're going to pay you because of that, just on that one lead. So the other is a big ticket. So lead generation with AI follow-up. So this is setting up a nurturing campaign that goes after through a pipeline, and it's easy to set up. And and then you can offer, like in UpHex, it's a cool software that generates the ads for you, whether it's Google, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're going after, it generates those ads. It gets the images, it grabs everything for you and puts it into an ad. You set the budgets, you connect your accounts to that, and you just turn it on, and boom, you've got ads that are already generated for you. But also you offer complete marketing automation. So that may be adding to their social media, which is all automated now with the software, and also doing a couple of blogs per month for them. So how does this add up to $100,000? Well, it's easy to calculate this and figure this out. So simply, if we take $2,000, let's do it on a low ticket. So all we need is somebody paying us $500 a month times 20 clients. Now, it's going to be easy to go out and get 20 clients. And that equals $10,000 every month recurring. And you multiply that times 12, and that is $120,000 a year. Now, this is your own business, your own boss. You run the show, you run everything. I've been doing this for a lot of years. I haven't had a 10-night or a W-2 for many, many years, because I've learned the secret to navigating all this shiny objects out there, whatever it is, crypto and all these different things. and I've stayed focused on marketing. And it's one of the most powerful things that you can learn, because any business that you have, if you know marketing, you can scale that business very, very quickly. So let's walk into the software. I'm going to show you how these simple steps are set up to generate some of these monthly setups here. And I'm going to have a course for you. So if you comment checklist, you'll get my full course. Okay, I'm inside the AI software that we're going to give you for 30 days free. You can use this for 30 days, start getting payments from clients right away, implement this process, and get started right away. So you don't even have to pay for the software for the first 30 days. So one thing that we do here, there's a lot of different things, but we simplify this. You don't have to use all this information in here. We focused on a few key points. Reviews was one, which is reputation. We focused in on automations, so doing an AI automation. And we talked about re-engaging their clients. So basically in the contacts, we go in, add the contacts, and then go after them for a re-engagement campaign. Let me just show you how easy it is to do reputation. So in this software here, all you got to do is add their contact list in here, go to send a review, select the contacts, so it can be multiple contacts, and then you can choose the mode that you want to. Let's just grab one of them here. Select the mode that you want to do this in. And of course I need to grab one with the phone number. So let's see, we'll grab this one here. So then we can do an SMS, and all we do is hit send request. So it's a couple clicks and boom, you're done. So if you send this out to, let's say 10,000 people, you're going to meet your 5 to 10 reviews right away. So you screenshot what the reviews are when you started and when you finished once you hit that 5 to 10. So the other thing here is in this Launchpad is this connect. So we talked about the Google Business Profile. Remember, we talked about these profiles over here. So in the software, we are going to have the business connect with us on the phone. They're going to click and connect their system. We're going to connect. We'll click connect. And then from there, we just click one other thing, and their Google Business Profile will be set up in the software. It's that easy. A 10-year-old can do it. And then we're going to send them a link to the software. So every time something comes through, whether it's a chat, whether it's an AI, whatever we set up, a review, they're going to get notification of that because they have a new app on their phone, whether it's iPhone or Android, and we're just going to send them a link and they'll have that in their phone. So they'll see your work automating on their phone. They'll be able to reply to that customer right away, and they'll be able to gain that customer. So that's the first thing. The other option is using the missed call text back. So we already have this set up. And let me just say, if somebody calls one of these companies here and they got a leak in the roof, they're going to call the next company until they answer. Well, the cool thing with missed call text back, it will, if the business owner does not answer the phone, it's going to send a text to them. Hey, I'm on a job site. As soon as I get off this roof, I'll give you a call right back. And so it looks like they're answering them right away, but they're really not. It's AI automation. So it's the AI that actually answered them. And let me just show you how easy it is to set this up. So we just go into settings here, and we go into our business profile right here. We scroll all the ways down here We're going to open this up, and there's going to be a feature in here called voice and missed call text back. So we literally just go in here, put in the message, hey, it's Jim, I'm on a roof from Nashville Roofers, Music City Roofers. I just saw I missed your call. How can I help you? So it responds, and they get a reply that, hey, we see you. How can I help you right now? To enable this, all it is this checkbox. Once their profile was connected in that last screen there, it's just a matter of going enabling that on there. And you can charge a recurring revenue every single month for that service. And then the last one is our automations. So in automations, we have something called the Conversation AI. And so it's right here, it's new, and a lot of companies don't even know about this yet. But it's basically all we do is go in here, we create a bot, and we just use this Q&A here. And I'm going to literally take you through step by step. So we're going to go through, we're going to set it to autopilot. We're going to call this roofer test. And then we're going to go down here and we're going to select all these: Instagram, DMs, Facebook Messenger, chat widget, live chat, and you can even select WhatsApp. We don't do that. Or WhatsApp. So we save that, and then, of course, you're saying, how am I going to train this bot? Well, I'm just going to go into Music City Roofers. The other day I clicked on one of these, and they didn't even have a website. It went to a Google something, and they were doing a paid ad. So I'm like, how crazy is that? But we're going to go into the software, and we're going to train this bot here. So we just go into bot training. We're going to paste in this URL. We're going to get the data, and then watch this. We can test this right away, and this will be on their website, in the corner of their website. So right now, I don't see a bot on here. So you could sell this to this company right now, today. They do have great reviews, so you don't need to sell that. But I don't see any AI, anything, and maybe they just don't want that. But I don't know why they wouldn't want that on their website to answer those questions. You want the websites to be live, interactive. That's the name of the game. That's staying ahead of the game with AI right now. So it's fetching the pages. It takes maybe 1 to 2 minutes. So you can see we got the data. So if we click on this link here, we're going to see that we've got Music City Roofers. It's trained on this date at this time. If there was changes in the website, we just click on this. So let's test this bot and see how it answers these questions. So I'm going to say, do you provide service in Nashville? And it pauses for a second because you can set it, and it says, yeah, we've been serving the area since 2012. Do you provide emergency repairs? And let's see what it says, because on their website it says that they do. Yes, we do. We're available 24/7, 365. How do I get a quote? Or you could say, what's it cost to do this? So some details: need to provide a tailored estimate. Can I get a price? It might respond the same way. But you see what it's doing here. Basically, it's this is like a text conversation. Who owns the company? Let's see what it says. There it is. That came off of this one. So I got to delete this because it's feeding off those upload links. So now I'll say, who owns it? So whatever links that you have in here, it's going to feed off of that. So it did feed off that just because I didn't refresh it. Not a big deal. So anyways, that is really how you do things. So there's already built into this, it has the model, the prompt for it. But if you want some prompts, obviously I can send them to you in that checklist. We can do an automated appointment booking. Remember, we talked about that. All you do is select a calendar that you have in there. So it might be, we just got some demo calendars in here. You put that calendar in there and it's already done for you. So it says in the intent what it maintains the personality. You can alter this any way you want. Like we use the word compassionate in this under the maintain a compassionate, casual, purposeful, concise tone, because then you can ask the bot, and we sometimes we say never allow the bot to say that they're an AI. So I could say, how are you today? And I got a spelling error, but it doesn't care. I'm doing great, thanks. How can I assist you? Let's ask it if it's an AI. Are you an AI? And see what it responds. Because we name our AIs. I am an AI here to help you. So we ask it not to be an AI and actually name it. So the cool thing with this dashboard here, you can go in and see the triggers. You can see the total actions, the unique context, the total appointments booked. So you're able to give a proof of performance to that client after, say, 7 days or 2 weeks that you've been doing this for them. Once you hit that 5 to 10 contacts, go after them with a sales opportunity and say, hey, this is how we're going to approach this, because we talked about the next steps. So we're going to approach it with basically to sell it to them for either 300 to 500 a month, and they might ask that from the get-go. And we tell them, if this works, this is what the monthly is going to be. But not only that, the system runs on autopilot. You can get VAs to do the onboarding, to take the calls, to get this set up. So it becomes completely automatic for you. So if you're interested in any of this, let me just tell you, I was a paramedic, life flight paramedic for years, worked for the sheriff's department, worked on the fire department. I was in EMS. And so I have been there where you're at, working 2 jobs. I worked 24-hour shifts. I owned a construction company, and I was tired of not making money. I loved what I did, and if I could do it again, if I could make the money that I make now, I would do it again. But the problem is I never had the time because I had to work multiple jobs. I only got paid, my first paramedic job was making $4 an hour. So saving lives, making $4 an hour. So I understand that you're not making $4 an hour. You might be making $15 to $30 an hour, but you're probably working day and night. You get home, you're tired, you don't want to do anything else. So if you can have the opportunity to do this and have a step-by-step plan to do this, I think you want to jump on this right away before other people start jumping on this. And we're going to start live calls, and we're going to do weekly live calls where we just dive in with a big group and compound the problems where you're struggling with. But with AI, everything's possible now. So it's easy to get those clients. So again, hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment checklist if you want this.